Hey howdy hey, Shawnee here and welcome back to Soapy Soupy. Today I'm going to be taking you on a little history trip. The year is 1990 and the world is in a drought. Children are crying, women are thirsty, Mexicans are dying. Only one person, only one man can save us. And his name is... Pepsi Man was an American superhero from the mid-1990s created by Japan. He was an absolute enigma. Like, how was he created? I mean, he's clearly not human. Or is he? I don't know. Anyway, Pepsi Man's whole shtick is that when people are thirsty, he comes running, bringing Pepsi in hand. He has the same colors and pattern as a Pepsi can, and he wears a white chain around his neck. He doesn't have a face, but he does have a mouth somehow. The commercials follow a pretty simple formula. People are thirsty and Pepsi Man comes running in with his theme song, delivering Pepsi. He was pretty popular with the Japanese market and only started to get popular in the US during the 2010s due to meme culture and irony. And most importantly, his video game. In 1999, PepsiCo thought it would be a neat idea to delve into a video game market with Pepsi Man for PlayStation 1. Technically, they tried it earlier than that. In 1996, with a game called Fighting Vipers for the Sega Saturn, they had him as an unlockable character in the Japanese version of the game. But nobody hardly remembers that. So I figured I'd like to play his game for the first time and see how it is. So let's see what this game's about. So we start off with a man getting a can of Pepsi from a Pepsi vending machine, which already sounds like a dream come true. I mean, who wouldn't want a vending machine that exclusively vends Pepsi cans? But anyway, as he takes sips from his Pepsi can, it plays the Pepsi Man theme song, which, as we all know, is what happens when you drink Pepsi. But here's where I get confused. It zooms into the can as if the game takes place inside the Pepsi can, or Pepsi Man lives inside the Pepsi can. I mean, surely that's not the case. But if it wasn't, why did they do that? I don't know. Just a strange thing to add, really. Maybe they just didn't know how to start the game, that's all. Anywho, the game starts with Pepsi Man talking to a Pepsi delivery truck driver that tells him about how they ran out of Pepsi in the Pepsi vending machine. Now there's a Pepsi riot, so it is Pepsi Man's job to help the poor people of this Pepsi town by bringing them Pepsi. Jesus Christ. First off, I feel like this is his job to fill the Pepsi vending machines, not Pepsi Man's. Like, sure, I'm the Pepsi guy, but what's the point of a Pepsi delivery truck driver then? But that's when the game really starts, and I'm using the word really pretty loosely here because there's not much gameplay. It's just Pepsi Man running while you occasionally jump and slide, move left and right. The game mostly plays itself, which really makes me wonder what kind of superhero Pepsi Man even is. All he does is run and bump into stuff. In the commercials he could summon Pepsi, but here he needs to collect Pepsi off the ground. Wait, I thought they were out of Pepsi. How are they out of Pepsi if there's Pepsi all over the place? It's almost like these guys are fucking with Pepsi Man, like this is some kind of sick prank. Which wouldn't make sense, seeing as every pedestrian, car, and truck are clearly trying to fuck him over. Look! The truck stops for him so he can throw shit his way. And the Pepsi trucks too! I mean, I figured they'd be on the same side, but no. They clearly just hate his guts. Oh, fantastic. Now the controls are inverted. Just my luck. Thankfully, it doesn't last that long, and we're finally able to beat the level. And is that a Pepsi? Did he just get a fucking Pepsi from the vending machine? I thought they were out of Pepsi. I thought that was the whole point of running from the beginning of the stage to the end. Whatever. It's not like it completely contradicts the whole point of the level. But none of that matters now, because we're on the next half of the stage. This game is a little like Sonic, actually. You run, you control a blue mascot character. Each level is split into two halves. And yeah, that's basically it. Wait, how'd I die? There's Pepsi showing me where to jump. How can I not jump that far? Okay, fine, I'll just walk past that Pepsi then. Totally not going to affect my score. Alright, this next part has us riding a skateboard, which... Hold on. I know I already compared this to Sonic, but this is awfully similar to Sonic Adventure 2's City Escape. And this came out way before it. Sonic is going to have to lawyer up. So we beat the level, and Pepsi Man gets hit by a Pepsi truck. Now we're running from a giant Pepsi can? Oh, this is awful! You can't even see where you're going! How am I supposed to dodge things if I can't see? Anyway, we outrun the Pepsi can, and now Oh god, not this guy again. So what, is he watching me play the game? What's the story here? Why is this guy even in the game? Is he the player? Am I playing as him? Playing as Pepsi Man? Well, the next level has a firefighter telling Pepsi Man about a building that's caught on fire. Which has me wondering, what the hell is Pepsi Man gonna do? He can't put out fires, he can barely run straight. Well, now we're running through a Pepsi apocalypse? I thought it was just a building on fire, not the entire fucking city. There's cars crashing, hobos begging, Pepsi Man's rolling on barrels. It's all kinds of crazy, and the music is going unnecessarily hard. I mean, listen to this banger. There's a lot of jumps in this game that are basically impossible. Like, how are you supposed to jump and collect all those Pepsis? It's almost like the developers didn't test the game beforehand. Anyway, Pepsi Man beats the level and falls into the sewers. We're running through walls, collecting gross sewer Pepsis, trying to outrun trains. I mean, really trying to outrun trains. Like, why can't I outrun this? What? I'm supposed to double tap the slide button? Nobody told me that! This whole time I need a double tap? The game didn't say that! The controls didn't say that! The fucking Pepsi addict fucker didn't tell me that! How was I supposed to know? This fucking game. This fucking game! Whatever. So Pepsi Man makes it to the rooftops and is about to make a giant leap, and he ends up falling and dying. Not really. He fails the jump and gets chased by a totally not Coca-Cola truck. This again feels like Sonic Adventure 2, this being the gun truck chase in City Escape. I genuinely wonder if Sonic Adventure 2 took inspiration from this fucking game.
Pepsi for TV game.
What are you talking about? That doesn't mean anything! Next, Pepsi Man talks to this gun agent and tells us we need to save a bunch of thirsty, stranded, plane crash survivors. So we're running in the middle of the road for some reason, and these fuck-ass bikers try to kill Pepsi Man because fuck him, I guess. Another giant Pepsi can comes out of nowhere and we beat the level. But it doesn't end there. We keep running further into the desert, this time with the whole population of bison trying to kill the P-Man. We escape to an abandoned mine shaft, dodging rolling rocks and mine carts, trying to get to these thirsty civilians. Oh, but we're not done yet. We need to outrun a giant bundle of sticks. Why? Did they run out of ideas? They could have brought back the bison and have them try to chase Pepsi Man. And then this guy...
Pepsi for pizza.
What does that mean? Okay, so there's this Pepsi City and Pepsi computer that makes the Pepsi. Like, there's no workers, it's just Pepsi Man and a computer, or is Pepsi Man unrelated to the Pepsi company? Maybe he has nothing to do with the Pepsi company and just has Pepsi powers. Some stuff to think about. You know, we're almost to the final level, but this game really hasn't shaken up the gameplay at all. Like, it's been pretty repetitive so far. You just kind of do the same things over and over. Anywho, we run all the way to Pepsi HQ, and we start the next level. This one's the big one. We run through the Pepsi factory, and it is crazy. The hardest and last level of the game. We're dodging Pepsi crates, falling Pepsi signs, bottomless Pepsi pits, floating Pepsi boxes. It's nearly impossible. It took me several tries, but we finally get past all the Pepsi bullshit, and we skateboard through these closing Pepsi doors. Then we finally reach the Pepsi computer, and we fix it with the power of Pepsi. I swear to God, if I have to say Pepsi one more time, I am going to kill myself. But I won't have to worry about that because we finally completed the game. Never mind. I guess there's one more outrunning level. So we do that and we finally beat the game. Kind of weird not to end off on the super climactic level instead, but we won! And all we get for winning is a classic Pepsi Man costume that we can use while we're playing the game, which I will not be doing. And fuck, I said Pepsi again. So I might have been a bit harsher and more exaggeratory in this video, so I'll go ahead and tell you my real thoughts. I really like Pepsi Man as a character. He's a very good anti-superhero, where instead of being cool and capable, he's goofy and clumsy. He was lots of fun. I really hope Pepsi considers bringing back Pepsi Man commercials one day. I genuinely think he'd be a bigger hit now than ever. I mean, he already has a huge fan base since 2018. As for the game, overall, it's a pretty fun time. I mean, sure, it has its problems. It ain't perfect. It's clunky at times, doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and repetitive. Very repetitive. But repetitivity doesn't suck when it's repeating something that's not too bad. It's got a solid difficulty curve and the graphics aren't bad considering it's a PS1 game. And it takes a lot of inspiration from a lot of Pepsi Man commercials. From the locations to the obstacles. Wish more games like this came out nowadays. Of course, games take more time and money to make these days, but it's a nice form of advertisement. I mean, companies make tons of movies to promote their products, so it'd be cool if we went back to making branded video games from time to time, which there were a lot in the 90s. I'll cover some more of those in the future, like Yo Noid. That is, if you guys like this video. This is kind of a new style I'm trying out, where kind of like a angry video game nerd, Scott the Woz, kind of ant dude, this kind of gameplay commentary, post-commentary gameplay thing I'm doing, / review. I don't know what to call it. I'm sure there's a name for it, but I don't know it. Anyway, back to Pepsi Man. In conclusion, it's a solid game you could play for an hour without expecting too much from it, so I'd genuinely give it a shot if I were you. You can probably find it online. I mean, you could buy it legitly, but that's the end of this video. So remember to like, subscribe, and go fuck yourself.